people who did not go on the streets to fight for their rights. But the saddest thing happened is that the pictures which are coming out of Tanzania are depressing. Depressing in the fact that there's some images of bodies of people in blood-soaked on top of each other, and it's like a massacre. People were killed in Tanzania, and it's not fair to see the way those bodies are now being showcased, and you can see those bodies, and they're freshly wounded, killed young boys and girls who I think were just demonstrating for their rights. So African sham elections must end. There's a time that we must say no to African sham elections where people are getting killed because people cannot allow power to be handed over to other people. What people should know is that power is transient. It is very elusive. It goes. So if you look at the people who are killed in Tanzania, it's a sad thing that many of them really suffered, and many of them, and we don't know the exact number of people who are killed, but you can see the images which are coming out of Tanzania, depressing. Young men, young boys and girls were killed. And it's sad that President Samia Suluhu said that some of the kids the young men and women who are arrested were not from Tanzania. When people are fighting for their rights, you cannot deflate it. It's just too cheap shot to say so. Deal with issues. The issues is that people are asking for a transparent election, an election where all competitors are invited on board, not those 16 people who are paraded during the swearing in, who we do not know their parties. The parties we know in Tanzania are CCM, Chama cha Mapinduzi, of course, President Samia Suluhu's Nyerere's founding party, which was formed in 1977 after the union, after TANU folded and Afro Shirazi Party of Zanzibar folded to form Chama cha Mapinduzi, and what we call the Revolution Party. And then, of course, I know Chadema, Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo, and of course, there's another party which Chadema is the main challenger. So if you are not allowing the main party to compete, it's like having an election with those small parties with non-starters only, and then claiming that you've won. So it's very sad, the situation out of Tanzania. My heart and our heart goes with the kids and the families who've lost loved ones, and we just can't tell them to take heart, because one day it shall end well. One day they shall see what they were fighting for. But those guys will remain immortal as liberators of their country. Away from that, I was reading something very hilarious a few minutes ago, and it's about my friend Otile Brown. Otile Brown claims and says that my other friend Vera Sidika is the one who simped on his social media on the DM. And to quote what Otile says, she is the one who alienda kumkatia in Swahili. It's interesting. The question I want to ask you guys out here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever simped into a beautiful woman or a man's guy DM and said, "Hey, what's up? I want to date you"? And what was the reaction? Or have you finally gotten into a relationship from a DM? Or are you married to a woman or a man you met on the DM? Because now, I tell you, some of them don't end well. Ask yourself what has happened to Miss Obiero, who was watching that guy, and the guy clearly cannot be kept. So, of course, it's a Spice Drive where we have beautiful conversations. We talk about what is happening, and we've tackled about Sudan. We've tackled the massacre in El Fasa, and we said the generals must stop the massacre in El Fasa, and you cannot keep you cannot keep killing people in that area, because RSF killed 300 women on the first 2 days in El Fasher. And I told you RSF is Janjaweed. Janjaweed is devils on horseback.